an increasing amount of people who are looking for website builders.
Didn't focus on B2C market, we always focus on B2B market.
I think this is one of the best features of
Done is better than ideal.
That's a better late than never.
So we do and prototype. Hi Tewin.
Hi Filip.
Nice to meet you.
Same.
Let's talk today about Mauritius. Firstly, couldn't you represent yourself and the company?
Yeah, I'm Tewin. I'm the CEO of Icy Evolution Tidalwaves. We specialize in web hosting, domain name registration, and web application development, as well as SMS marketing in Mauritius.
Okay, and do you feel like Mauritius is a very small island, yeah?
Yeah.
It's like, what is the population?
I think it's about 1.3 or 4 million right now. I'm not sure, maybe that's the updated count, but it's over 1 million.
And it's like a separate country, so it's not a part of any countries.
Yeah, we are an independent country, the Republic of Mauritius, so totally independent, even if we're near Africa, so it's an independent country.
So technically what I like in Mauritius, a lot of French speaking people and a lot of French culture, but
yeah.
Technically there's a lot of Indians, and official language is English. And like,
yeah,
and we still have two more official languages, not official but most popular languages here.
Let's call it a multicultural country. Our official language is English, but the most commonly spoken language for business and everyday is French, and there's also Creole, the Mauritian Creole, and so we also speak languages such as Hindi, it's from India, and the local Bhojpuri language. So a few languages.
And in support it's mostly English and French?
For business and support it's mostly English and French. Of course with local clients we also talk Creole if it's better for them to explain the issues and so on.
So support tickets you get in 3 languages?
Very rarely. For Creole it's mostly on the phone or live chat support, but for ticket it's mostly English and French.
And if you can somehow share what is the local market in domains, for example, how many live websites do you measure the market?
It's hard to say the exact figures, but indeed it's a growing number of websites for Mauritian businesses. Just with our company we have about 3,000 websites and domains hosted. But now if you count for other agencies here, I'm sure it must be over the 10 or 20,000.
I talked to several telecoms and when we talk about numbers, when I talk about it's from 20 to 50,000 of businesses, and if every business should have somehow a website or several websites, and also there are lots of small personal guys who have also websites. They were like something like that.
Yeah.
So they were not excited, too small or too big. Okay, so let's say it's like market 20-50,000 domains, so it's not huge. And as I see, people very often host outside Mauritius. That is not good for you. And now you changing their behavior.
Yes, actually, yes, this behavior is changing over the years. Particularly like 10 years ago, you can say that everyone was hosting outside of Mauritius, using services, US-based hosting mostly, GoDaddy and HostGator and so on. But over the years, we've seen many local businesses moving their website and even email infrastructure to local companies. Mostly because of the local support we provide. That is, it's easier for them to communicate with us, to explain the issues, and it's easier for us to solve their issues than waiting and having so many delayed emails and so on. So it's a growing market. We have more businesses coming to Mauritian companies for hosting.
And by the way, when I see Mauritius, we analyze hosting companies. We have like several dozens of them, and who is really on Mauritius, it's more. Of course, it's design studios mixed, and you really looks like a leading company. And also we saw telecoms, they also provide hosting services, but as I talk to them, hosting services usually is like a problem for them. Customer needs this and also hosting, so they don't ever have pricing for that. So still I don't know these problems that telecoms in all countries are still not professional hosting, but some changes appears.
Yeah. Some years ago, hosting a server, particularly in Mauritius, it was something quite unimaginable. But now I know the telecom companies are offering locally hosted servers, a few of them, but still very expensive. As for
They don't ever show prices.
Yeah, they don't show the price because most small to medium businesses won't be able to afford it really. So most of these businesses tend to turn toward shared hosting, cloud hosting services, where they can pay at a more affordable price for hosting their websites. So that's why we are here as a companies to offer these services. But yeah, for major telecom companies, they don't really advertise this service to small businesses.
Do you provide 24/7?
We don't provide 24/7. It's 7 days support, but during working hours plus till late night till 9 p.m. something like that. As the tickets it goes on for the next morning. Yeah.
So we're doing something like that, and usually we use good providers. Usually there are no issues at night.
Yeah.
But we are planning to do 24/7. But as we did some tests, and we had 24/7 support.
Yeah.
Nothing changed.
Okay.
So so we did a testing. So we for several months we start providing, and now we have I don't remember, but maybe the closing tickets was 6 hours now, when from open to totally closing. And when we did 24/7, the closing tickets was about 2 hours or something like that.
Okay.
But when we see sales, no effect at all.
Yeah.
No effect.
Yeah, because I think most people, unless it's very urgent, most people will understand that. At midnight, they expect the issue will be resolved tomorrow morning.
And
they don't expect that.
And it's also, they usually lie. They say 24/7, but close ticket in 3 days.
Exactly. So yeah, we have seen this with based on customer feedbacks. Actually, it's one of the reasons why many customers are moving the website here, because eventually they realize that 24/7 is not really 24/7, even if they were going to web hosting companies outside the country. So eventually it's the same hosting it here and hosting it with other companies.
But what I really like in Mauritius, of course, your nature. But so I really like Mauritius because you have mixed culture, and the country is really clean. So Mauritius is island. If you compare, to Zanzibar or any other countries, and you like small islands instead of Reunion, but like small countries, small islands or small countries nearby Africa, usually, I don't know, dust and recycles everywhere. So here is really clean and.
Yeah, it's. I think I've never been to India myself. I've seen it on TV and on internet, but yeah, we're proud of this in Mauritius. It's a clean country, beautiful country to be.
Every country has their own style, and it's somehow, some countries are very poor, some are not very clean, some are very dangerous. So every country is interesting themselves. Yeah, there are very clean countries like South Africa, but as you said, in South Africa, 2 cities, Johannesburg and not Durban, but nearby Durban, two cities that is in top 5 dangerous cities in the world. Okay. It's still clean, but you would like to live there. So, okay. Sorry. And what about payment gateways?
Payment gateway, here mostly people pay directly via internet banking. The most popular are internet banking. There's also this app by one bank here called Juice, which is very popular. And then, of course, other payment gateways, we use credit card directly with our bank, local banks. And there's PayPal too, which is popular. But the only downside with PayPal is that it converts everything in Mauritian rupee to USD before processing, so there are some fees to that. So these are the 4 most common payment methods in Mauritius.
But they usually pay Visa in Moor. Very, very nice the name of the currency. So they pay in Moors usually. Yeah. So if I'm a local provider and I have a local bank and I pay to you, so I don't use currency exchange rate. So I just pay in Moors, you get Moors, and everybody on transaction is in Moors. Yes.
Yeah.
So, and as I see, the self-host of hosting, if you have data center in Mauritius, or if you have hosting in Mauritius physically, it costs a lot just because traffic here is very expensive and some government, I don't know, taxes, I don't know how it works, but just to have data center here in Mauritius is very expensive.
Now is better than the last few years. It's still becoming better. The price are going down, but it's still very expensive. It's not really commercially viable for web hosting to be in Mauritius at this stage. But there are some companies who have the requirement of the server physically located in Mauritius. So these companies, they will pay the additional amount, even if it's very expensive to have the server locally hosted. But most people, they're okay with servers which are not hosted physically here.
My opinion, very competitive to all the market, just because government needs to somehow to regulate it, just because it's so expensive. So mostly companies buying from you, but still at the end they're buying from Amsterdam or somewhere else, and it's really bad for country economy.
Yeah, because eventually the money is going outside. So.
And what about website builder? Just do you see any any global brands here, like I don't know, Shopify or others? Do they advertise here, or do you feel them as a competitors?
Website builders, it's now that they are becoming quite popular among Mauritians, mostly because the younger businesses, younger business persons are more IT literate, so they have been exposed to some sort of website creation tools earlier. So we have seen an increasing amount of people who are looking for website builders instead of the traditional way of going to a web agency or developer to create a website. Of course, if it's a very advanced or complicated website with several options, they will eventually need to go to professional developers. But most businesses they use open source CMS like Wordpress mostly here. But for real website builders, we've seen Shopify as quite popular, and there's also some other website builders which are offered with hosting plans, so people tend to use these too.
But can you imagine how much money Mauritius lose just because they do not offer good local solutions? So people go to Shopify, to other providers. They also buy hosting from global companies sometimes. Now they're switching to you, and it's very logical because they need quality and everything else. But do you see how much money comes outside Mauritius? And that could be in your pocket. And also because if this money stays in your pocket, you will do better services, better ads.
Of course, yeah.
And so I think also government should a little bit regulate it, but you grow, and it's very nice. And what do you think it's better, cloud or on premises?
For the website builders?
Yeah, let's say.
I am personally for on premises because the software is on our infrastructure, and if there's any issue, it's easier for us to. If it's something very urgent, we can have a look quickly and see what's the problem. But cloud, yes, there is an advantage for cloud that we don't have any expense to host the software. If it's hosted by the service provider, of course. But I'm personally for on-premises solution.
For SitePro we use both, like cloud and on-premises, and also we maybe promote more on-premises just because it's more safe.
Yeah.
As you see now, as example, Russia public and but the idea just to have lots of customers here, and they're happy with us just because we provide on-premises solution.
Yeah.
When everybody disconnects them from the world, our solution works very nice. But at the same time, from other products we use only cloud, and we use only cloud just because it's more cheaper to I don't know how to say, it's much cheaper for us to make it stable, and because on premises also requires lots of updates and lots of this. But and with the political situation right now, as you see, there are lots of things like in Romania happening, in Azerbaijan, and also lots of wars are happening in the world. But only one war is promoting right now. But what I would like to say is that every war is sanctions, it's fighting, and on-premises solution wins in that case.
Actually, I think we stick with English as official language because before Mauritius got independence, it was a British colony. So they stayed with that. But before the British came here, there was also the French. So French language was already very popular in Mauritius. So we stayed with both.
As you know, in India they have 2 official languages, and also plenty of countries where you have 2 official languages.
Yes.
So why would be here? There are more French people, but English is still official. So it means somebody is also interested. Okay. And about website builder, we have this feature, website import, when you can import existing website to the website builder. Do you think is it a nice feature, or maybe
actually
about this?
Actually, I think this is one of the best features of the website builder. I've tested it myself. Of course, I've tried to import a simple to average complexity website. It's good, it's very good, but of course for some complex design you would expect something. It will not be exactly the same, but the user can still figure out and fix a few things, the image size and so on. But yes, I think it's one of the best option in the website builder I've seen so far.
By the way, we use GeoDNS in our service. And when I open up my service, we use also, hotel provides like this Google DNS. For example, when you choose the hotel router, the hotel uses Google DNS. And when we ping our website, not IP, but our server change from Taiwan to EU, to Europe. And like it's every 5 minutes changing. So it means like you are in the location in the world where it's the same speed, I think, to Taiwan, and the same speed, like, I don't know, to South or to North of Africa or something like that. And I think it's like for global hosting, it's quite good solution, just because with some project, Mauritius could be also very good for data centers. Do you know this the story with Malta? Malta, when casino was forbidden in Europe, Malta said, hey, we can do casino in our island. So lots of data centers in Malta. So Malta also, small country, but lots of data centers. So if Mauritius can do some new laws, could be a paradise for hosting companies.
That would be great.
Yeah, and also many countries are regulating when they said that local businesses should host locally.
Yeah.
So by the way, lots of countries, like dozens of countries, use this law. You know, China, also like of course these post-Soviet countries like Kazakhstan, Belarus, Russia. And also this GDPR rule in Europe somehow regulated. Yeah. So people try to, European companies try to host in Europe. Okay, couldn't you share your biggest fail in business if you had one? That you really like, so other people see you and...
I don't have one biggest failure. I have many of them.
Okay.
Because I've tried several things, several businesses, and I think it's one very important thing that to share, that it's not all about success. You need to fail several times and still keep trying. And if you've tried like, I don't know, like a dozen stuff and 2 or 3 are successful in it, it's okay, it's still good. But if you never try, then you'll never fail, so you'll never know where you would fail and where you would succeed. But let's say if I want to elaborate on one thing which it's not a failure actually, but it's I think a lack of branding is something that can lead to a failure of a business. I go with my own business for web hosting. Actually, we started in 2010 but we were maybe due to the current market at that time, we were not concentrating on branding at all. So we were like changing name of the company like every 6 months because we're not sure yet whether this will work or not.
Okay.
And then since 2012, I decided to put more emphasis on branding of a service, and this has been the key to our success till now. So because people know the name of the company, they just many of our clients come from referrals, so direct referrals from other clients. So branding is very important. So if you don't have it, I think a business can fail.
Yeah, maybe our biggest fail now is we didn't focus on B2C market. We always focus on B2B market.
Yeah.
But the real life showed that B2C markets provide us lots more experience. And also when we see that we had more B2B customers than B2C customers, that B2B customers very difficult to get.
Yeah.
And with B2C customers, you just pay the ads and you get it. But of course, it's very expensive. So for us, it was really big problem, because we just B2B check, every check is much higher. Let's say conversion from the first page for B2C market, you can have 20, 40, sometimes you can have 40% of conversion to the registration. So if people come to the web page, 40% can register. With B2B market, with B2B, the percentage could be like, 0, 1% or 2%, so it's like much lower. But we're really always focusing on B2B, and now we start changing our direction to B2C. And B2C provide lots of noise. When you have lots of small customers, you provide lots of noise. And we really, if we started maybe 3-5 years ago, we'll be now much bigger. So now we are really delayed to this train. And when we delay, we see how Wix is advertising, how other big providers. By the way, Wix, he's really professional on advertising. Okay. The product, everybody in the industry knows that the product is really no comments. But how they advertise, they really puts a lot of money of advertising and of course on brand. So we're really late to this train. Yeah. So
that's better late than never. So it's still okay.
Yeah. Or maybe can you share your most is really one life hack for other guys, just somebody looking, guys from Mauritius, and maybe somebody can learn from you?
I would say never be discouraged by big projects or long-term projects. But as if something is very big, let's say we are doing a very big project that will take a lot of time to complete. One thing I've noticed with many people, not necessarily businesses, is that they keep doing the only one thing until it's complete, and let other things be in the waiting line. So my approach to that and my advice to that is if there's something very big that will take a lot of time to do, first do it like an incremental progress project. That is, let's say today you will keep 1 or 2 hours, just make it move from here to here, even if the final line is very far, and then do all the other small things that can be done and completed today. So overall you will be doing all the small things, they will not be kept in the waiting line. And of course the big project too will be advancing. It will be advancing slowly, but it's better that it moves slowly toward that is progressing, than working on it on that thing only, but you will spend like 70% of the working time procrastinating, and it will not be the same.
Two related rules. One is done is better than ideal.
Yeah.
It's for guys who is really do everything the best, everything should be the best, like me. I just trying everything to do as best as I can, but in real life, done is better than ideal.
Yeah.
And also one more thing is, do you know Theory U? You can type in Google, and Theory U is the idea that we learn from our experience, we learn from the books, but we unable to learn from the future. But there are lots of knowledge in the future, and how to learn from the future, we just need to ask them. So we do and prototype, ask the future, do next prototype, and start. And the way we start learning from future.
Okay.
So when we do lots of prototyping, we learn from future, and once we learn from future, we get knowledge that nobody else has.
Exactly.
So we're really getting knowledge. We don't read them, we don't ask them, but we just get them.
Yeah.
And the only real way how to get the knowledge. Ask us the future. So and also one more thing, we really now going, and it's much more interesting for us. We're going to with growth hacking, and also maybe we are now planning to record the online course about growth hacking with hosting companies, something like that. Because when we talk, do you use a growth hacking method in your company?
No, actually, I think the last time we met, you mentioned that to me, and I wanted to check what it is.
Yeah, and by the way, 98% of hosting companies, if they are not giants, they do not know what is it, how to use it, and something like that. So we now preparing maybe next week or maybe in next 2 weeks, try to record the videos how to use growth hacking, and how to use it in the hosting industry, and also provide hosting companies examples, and also show it to our
how to use it.
Yeah. Let's say why we need it. Let's say now when you register on SitePro as an end customer, you can buy domain, or you can buy a plan. But the idea, if you motivate, just say let's only buy domain, nothing else. Do not offer ever plans. And if you just suggest, just buy plan, no domains. If you suggest one or other or both, you can measure which one is better. And in that case, you know where to move your customers. And when you provide lots of options, you have no funnel, and you where is the customers, So with growth hacking, really now getting lot of knowledge. Yeah. And also we really, maybe one more thing, we really delay with SEO. We are very good in search engines, but with SitePro we really had bad problem there, because our domain is .pro, and also we have no articles, and we see what kind of articles. There are lots of articles, but now we are really starting grading really good content, and we see how we succeed.
Yeah, should be. I think it will add, it will influence the result in a better way.
And also, as you know, when I'm talking about articles, I said so many articles on the web. So we try to do articles that really
stands.
That really
useful first, and stand out.
Yeah. So thank you for your time.
Thank you too for inviting me, and I hope you enjoy your stay.
Let's move Mauritius to the next level.
Yeah. Thanks.